get into what's certain to be your, most highly anticipated work, Web. Sony continues to be okay. Let's keep doing this gift metaphor. I have a relative, sweet person, right? Well intended. Comes out of the blue once in a great while. Really, I don't see this person very often. But comes out of the blue once in a great while, always bearing gifts. It's like, okay, this isn't necessary. Like we're seeing each other, we're saying hello, that's fine. You don't need to bring me anything. I'm not bringing you anything. So this isn't a mutual exchange. And the gift, so it's not expected, and it's always odd, right? Not even bad per se, but just really odd. Like there was an Easter bunny that was battery powered that talked if you squeezed its paw.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Right. Creepy, impractical. Also, when my kids play with it now, it just makes sounds. And as a parent, you don't want toys that make noise. Like battery powered toys, nightmare. Love the silent stuff.
So I need to return the drum set I got your children?
Yeesh. Right now. So anyway, that's what Sony is. Sony is like this relative that shows up once in a while, like, I brought something too. It's like, no, you didn't. Right? People are dumb. No, you didn't. Please, Gary, just put it back, man. It's all good. Not necessary. No, I thought of you. Here it is. Oh, Gary. And then you just can't stop. And then it's over.
Another very similar comparison to this. Christmas Vacation.
Sure.
The aunt and the uncle come.
Yes.
And she wrapped a Jello mold.
Yes.
And she wrapped her cat.
And her cat. Oh. Yeah. And so I am just flummoxed as to why Sony keeps doing this. Bless them. I think they're trying, but really, are they?
No.
I don't actually think I can even give them effort points here. I mean, in this trailer, okay, I don't know anything about Madam Web. Dakota Johnson, she's an actress of great renown. Adam Scott, love that guy. And you've got Hawk Girl, the actress who's about to play Hawk Girl in the upcoming Superman Legacy film that we'll get into, Isabella Merced. Sure, I didn't pronounce her name correctly. So sorry. You've got Sweeney. Why can't I think of her first name?
Yeah, Sylvie, my favorite. Anyways. Oh man, what is her
Sydney
first
Sweeney.
name? Yeah,
Sorry, Sydney.
Yeah.
Emma Roberts is playing Mary Parker. Okay.
Yep. Yes.
Yep. But
She's pretty well known.
Right. But I truly I don't get it. Like I really don't. Like what are we doing here?
And now none of those are Jessica Drew either, correct?
Correct.
Which is probably the oddest part, is because they have all Spider Women.
Yep.
And they don't have the main one.
Right.
They have the other ones. Because it should be Jessica Drew leading these guys.
Right.
Absolutely. So, no, Sony is doing whatever they can in their power to hold on to the live action rights of Spider-Man. That is what they are doing. But what is the most mind-boggling thing is they own the Spider-Man video games.
Sure.
That arguably have one of the best iterations of Spider-Man to date. And I still haven't played the second one. I haven't even started yet. I know. I'm the worst person ever. It bothers me too, okay?
I'm not judging you.
Anywho, how do they make a game like that? Or one of their cartoons like they've done, right? Yeah. How are those better than the live action movie where everyone of all ages goes and watches?
How can you make something so wholly original as the two Spider-Verse films we've had and that push out this turd?
That's the other thing.
It's bamboozling. It's bamboozling.
This is the same company that has done... I missed the main one. The main example Into the Spider-Verse.
No, but your example's phenomenal.
Into the Spider-Verse. Arguably one of the best Spider-Man movies all time.
Creative,
Arguably.
original, all the things.
They
Like from a
totally-
storytelling perspective, from a style perspective. What are we doing? How can it has to cost them more money to make these movies than they do in the long run through any of what they're justifying as, well, we're hanging on to some of the Spider-Man characters. Like it just has to.
Well, yeah, because to me, that's all it is. They're trying to hang on, and I think they are trying to get Marvel to be like, oh man, we wanted to use Craven. And they're like, oh, you can use our Craven, but it's going to cost you money. And so I think that's all it is. I think they're just they're a dog peeing on their own tree.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this is my tree.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, yeah, it is your tree because it's in your yard. We can't move the tree. The tree is there.
Yeah. Yeah. It truly boggles my mind. Like there's always a chance. In fairness, there's always a chance that there's genuinely a story to be told here. Something will come out of this and we'll go, holy smokes, you know what? That was worthwhile. It's like Iowa playing in the Big Ten championship game. There's always a chance Iowa could win, but it's not very realistic to expect that.
Well, and this is what I'll say about the actual trailer, right?
Yep.
So obviously we're getting a young Ben Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is it Uncle? Are we getting a young Uncle Ben and Aunt May, or are we getting Peter's actual parents? I think we're getting Peter's actual parents because I'm trying to remember who Adam Scott plays.
Yep.
Because I can't remember if it's Ben or if it's Peter's dad.
Ben Parker.
He's playing Uncle Ben, a young Uncle Ben.
I guess. I mean, it's listed as Ben Parker, so unless they're
gotta
both
be.
named Ben,
It's got to be Uncle Ben.
right?
So, okay. So get that out of the way, right? We're getting a young version of them. So meaning we're going to see Peter's parents that nobody asked for, nobody cares about. I don't even remember where I was going with it. The one thing I will say about this trailer is that, firstly, the villain's costume looks like it came out of season 8 of the CW's Flash.
Mm-hmm.
That costume
Great reference
is
by you.
horrendous.
Great reference by you.
Absolutely horrendous. It is ugly. I don't know what the thought process was behind it. Honestly, they should have just kept him barefoot in a suit. That's what they should have done. But they didn't do it. They decided, you know what would be really cool? We give this guy a ugly Spider-Man costume.
Let's make it bang.
I don't get it. I don't.
No, it truly just defies any kind of storytelling logic. So it's a bummer. It's totally driven by factors that have nothing to do with, hey, is this a worthwhile story? Or are these worthwhile characters?
Well, and I wish they would have given us one or two characters to attach to, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm all for you introducing these new Spider-Women into your universe, whatever. That's great.
Yep.
But, and I'm not asking for Peter even, or Miles. You don't have to give us Peter or Miles.
Right.
But, like we said, give us a Jessica Drew.
Yep.
Or, here's a great idea. Give us Ben Reilly. That is a perfect time to give us Ben Reilly. Or, if you want to do Kane, Kane is also great. One of those two that is the Scarlet Spider. It's not quite Spider-Man, but it is kind of Spider-Man.
Right.
And then we still get Spider-Man.
Right.
It's just, honestly, Kane would be cooler just because he's more, like, unhinged, right? He's more likely to murder people, so that's great. But, you know, give us at least two things, right?
Right.
Two people that were like, yeah. So, I don't know, man. Why? It's like Morbius. This movie shouldn't exist. If you would have told me she was going to show up in a Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland,
correct,
that would have been cool.
It's a supporting character that does not need their own movie. They just don't.
The first time I ever saw her was growing up as a kid. She was in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. And she shows up at these random moments in Peter's life.
Sure.
Completely blindsides him and like kind of gives him a little hint to his future, and he wants nothing to do with her.
Yep.
And it's great. And then he always finds himself coming back to this crazy lady, and he hates it every time. And finally he does admit when she's right, and then they end up working together, whatever. But it's fantastic.
Yeah. But that's exactly what this character is. It's a supporting character. It's
That's
not a main character.
and I would have loved that in an actual Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
because it would have shown instead of it just being by complete accident that Peter gets bit by this spider, she's there to be like, no, no, this was your destiny to begin with. This is how the web of life works.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
yeah. Mercifully, best thing we can say about this is it's coming out on February 14th. So, not a movie that anyone's going to go see on Valentine's Day.
I don't have plans. So,
please don't go and see this by yourself. It'd be the saddest thing I've ever heard of. Don't do it.
Oh, you're gonna get a text from me on Valentine's Day. Hey, so I saw Madam Web. I'm taking the next couple of days of work off. Just want you to know. I'm mildly depressed. It's not good.
That release date just also tells you everything you need to know about the quality of the movie. It's like, let's see, it's being released in February. That's where movies go to die, Riley. 14th? Freaking Valentine's Day?
I think the thing that gets me the most excited is whatever this end credit scene's gonna be.
Wow. Incredible.
Hammerhead comes out. His head's just super thick, and he's like, I'm ready.
Wow. Wow. What a spectacle. Freaking Morbius. Like, gosh, I still can't believe we went and saw that.